Hello, welcome back to my shop. I'd like to say that it's another happy, joyful, sunny day, but it's not. It's been raining for the last couple of days. I've been working extra at work the last few days, so I haven't had a lot of time. Or if that wouldn't be bad enough, I also had a bit of a problem at home. The coffee table that I built a little while ago broke. My daughter was sitting down eating breakfast at the coffee table, and she moved the table and the leg broke right off and the whole table fell to the floor. So I'm here to admit to my mistakes and maybe show how to fix those mistakes. Alright, so along with this piece, along with the leg that broke off, another piece that broke off was this. This is supposed to be the breadboard edging on the end of the top. The problem is that the groove, let's see if I can get it here. You can see the groove running this way. This is one of the pins meant to hold this onto the tabletop, along with a nice bit of glue. It didn't work. Along the top here, you can see this is one of the dowel pieces went through here, another one here, and another one here. So it sounds good and everything, right? Except it went through halfway. It should have went through very much in the back, which means I didn't have this tongue long enough in the first place, which also of course means that the groove here wasn't deep enough either. And as I now understand breadboard edging at least a little bit better, it should have also had a couple of sections that were higher to go deeper into the groove into this edging, so that you'd have something more to glue to. You'd have a bit heavier of an ending. So my goal for today is to try and repair the damage done to the coffee table. I'm not sure that I can make it properly now after so much time has passed and so much has been done with it. I'm not sure that it's worth it to me anyway to take it apart any large amount and fix it. What I am thinking at the moment is that seeing one of the tenons for the leg survived, the other one snapped off completely. I think I'll reuse one of the tenons as is and simply put a nice bit more glue into it, maybe a dowel as well to help give it some more reach into the joint. The other joint where the tenon snapped off completely, I have a dowel that I'm going to use. I'm going to cut this one in half and see if I have some more, and I'll join it in and drill the holes into the skirting board to join that back together. The plan for this breadboard edging is going to probably go much the same. I was thinking of routering out this channel and making that deeper, but then I'd have to router the tabletop, make that tongue on the tabletop deeper as well in order to fit it, and I'm not sure that I'm willing to go to that much work to fix this. I think an easier solution at this point would be to drill a couple of holes and dowel that in as well, so that I simply have something longer to glue to. And I didn't want to have anything showing through the edge, so let's get to fixing this thing. So the first thing to do is to remove the screws from these braces on all four corners, so that I can try to remove this leg and the rail behind it that you can't see. polyurethane is acting as a bit of a glue here, so I have to break the connection. So this is the side we want here. And what I need to do this way, you can see on these 2 points I have screws driven in to hold this piece to the side rails. I need to remove these 2 pieces so that this whole side assembly can be removed. Here's the side leg, and you can see the poor job I did of carving out the tenon. Here you can see the leg, and along here is the tenon. Part of the tenon is cracked off about here, leaving a little piece left inside, and this piece, this mortise is very poorly carved. It was too loose of a joint to start with. I should have been a lot more careful. But like a lot of people, I think, I have the problem of getting close to the end of the project and just wanting to get it finished. And I rushed it. So rushing the project is not very good. This is a tenon. It looks very good from this side, but from this angle, you can see the part of it down here is already snapped off when the leg gave way. But once you look down the length of it, you can see that it's uneven along here. This should be a nice rectangle. It should not be dovetailed this way and angle in towards the base. I'm not sure how well that's coming through. But about there maybe. You can see the angle here. I think that it's in on the base here and not so much, but at least a little bit on the side here. It should be a much more solid rectangle, and realistically I should not have cut away so much of the tenon as it was. So this is how the legs are supposed to join together, and this tenon, as you can tell, has no strength to it at all. This should be reluctant to let go. You should be able to hold it as such and be able to wiggle it, and it eventually come loose, but it should not come loose this way. So this is frustrating to me, but this is the first part of the fix that we need to do. In order to get this solid again, I need to glue it, but I don't want to just rely on that. So I have to find a way to tighten up this joint. So already it's fitting better. That's 2 dowels. This is the way a tenon should join into a mortise. It should be tight enough that you could do this. I'm such an idiot for not doing it better the first time. Alright, so that's just a dry fit. Now we need to add glue and get this joint solid. So now I'm going to work on this part over here. I'm going to try to get these pieces. This tenon needs to be trimmed like the short rail did to receive dowels. And on the bottom tenon here, well, there's no tenon left down here. So this one I'm going to have to be even more careful, and I'm going to have to line it up and line up the leg exactly where I want it to drill the holes. That one's going to be much more troublesome. trying to put equal pressure on the top and the bottom of the joint to hopefully bring everything solidly together again. So this is mostly the way it's supposed to fit. You can see already that due to wood movement or incalculation on my part, that there's already a gap here. On the other side, not so much. So more likely bad calculations on my part. So what I want to do next, there's a pin here, here, and here. Just wooden dowels like we used to put legs back together. They're preventing some movement to be able to tighten this up a bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is to use a chisel and cut those out. I'm not going to try to take them out altogether because I'm going to leave that decorative look there. It's not hurting anything that way. And my next goal after that will be to drill a few holes, maybe as many as 3, and bridge the gap this way to hold this together closer to what it should have been in the first place. So that looks better, doesn't it? No. Alright, so now that's starting to look better. I can't turn it over right now because the only place I got to set my legs. So I'll let the legs set up and I'm going to glue this breadboard edging back in place. And at some point I have to cut down on the ends a little bit. Due to wood movement, this time at least it's wood movement and not my fault, that the body of the table shrank inward just a little bit, or however it works, I'm not exactly sure, but my breadboard edging piece ended up about 1/4 of an inch longer than I needed to be. I'm going to have to fix that. So that's where I'm going to stop this video. Really only had to reattach the top to the legs and make some adjustment to the breadboard edging. Okay, so if you like this video, you know where the thumbs up button is. If you almost missed this video, you could subscribe. It'll save you a bit of trouble, and when I get a chance to upload videos, you'll be notified. So if you'd like to leave a comment, if you have a question, a concern, a suggestion, a tip for me, something that'll help me along, the comment box is below, and I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like, you can also share this video. I appreciate that as well. Okay, so I'll see you next time I'm down in the shop, and let's hope I'm not trying to fix another mistake. Okay, see you next time.